Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back with Inaas Alqurashi. Today we are going to look for the reading passage, page number 60 and 61 in Mega Goal number 1, the word of plastic. Lessons go. أهدافنا لهذه الوحدة. Analyze the idea of the reading passage. رح نحلل أفكار قطعة الفهم. Know the history of credit cards. رح نعرف تاريخ credit card بالبطاقة الائتمانية. Identify the meaning of some new words. معاني بعض الكلمات الجديدة. Discuss the reading. ناقشها. Answer some questions. ونناقش بعض الأسئلة. Have you ever seen cards like this? Where can you use them? Okay, we have seen cards like this. The bank supplied us with these cards. You can use it in the bank, you can use it in the mall, in the shopping center, everywhere. If you want to pay money, you can use these cards. Before reading, what words do you think when you read the word credit card? I think of shopping, paying money. Read the text and write sentences to show the history of credit card. Use the timeline below. 1949. In 1949, Frank couldn't pay for dinner because he forgot his wallet. Frank ما قدر يدفع للعشاء حقه لأنه نسي محفظته. Okay, now I want you to tell me what happened in 1950 and in 1952. Okay, listen to the reading passage and we will discuss.
Page 60. 9. Reading.
The world of plastic. Can you imagine a world without credit cards? Until the 1950s, a world without the use of cash was simply inconceivable. Today, an economic universe without plastic would be impractical. Whether it's for business or for leisure, the credit card is used to pay for goods and services from New York to Beijing. It all started in 1949 when Frank McNamara scheduled a business dinner in a New York restaurant. Before he left for the dinner, Frank changed suits. When the waiter presented the check, Frank realized that he had left his wallet in the other suit. The embarrassing situation was solved, but that night Frank asked himself, why should people be limited to spending what they are carrying in cash instead of being able to spend what they can afford? A year later, Frank returned to the same restaurant in New York. When the check came, Frank handed the waiter a small cardboard card, a Diners Club card, and signed for the meal. This event is known in the credit card industry as the First Supper. Soon the concept of charging it was picked up by merchants as an alternative form of payment to the use of cash. By 1952, the Diners Club card was accepted by thousands of businesses across the United States, and it became a status symbol for those who carried it. The Diners Club card soon became a cultural icon. Hollywood cashed in on the Charge It craze with the 1962 movie The Man from the Diners Club. In it, an employee at Diners Club issues a credit card to a well-known gangster and has to get it back in order to keep his job. The Ideal Toy Corporation joined in the trend when it created a board game called the Diners Club game. The idea of the credit card quickly expanded outside the United States. The Diners Club card became the first international charge card in 1952, with franchises in Canada, France, and Cuba. In 1955, Western Airlines became the first airline to accept the Diners Club card. 10 years later, the card was accepted by every airline in the United States. Diners Club expanded its services to hotels, car rentals, and other businesses. Other famous international credit cards have been created, such as American Express, Visa, and MasterCard. There are hundreds of local bank cards, department store credit cards, supermarket credit cards, and so forth around the world. In 1984, the first Card Members Reward Program was created, aimed mostly at business travelers. It gave valuable benefits and special privileges to loyal users. Now many reward programs offer free airline miles and discounts on hotels and other products. Ever since a businessman forgot his cash in 1949, people have used credit cards. An entirely new business was created that revolutionized the way the world has paid for goods and services ever since.
Okay, now after listening to the reading passage, before reading, okay, we said that in 1949 Frank couldn't pay for the dinner because he forgot his wallet. Okay, now in 1950 the first use of credit card أول استخدام للبطاقات الائتمانية كان في هذا العام. In 1952, Diner Club card became the first international charge card. في هذا العام أصبحت البطاقة حقت نادي العشاء أو اللي مخصصة للعشاء أوكي أو أي بطاقة لأي نادي the first international charge card أول بطاقة عالمية وكمان تشحن. In 1955, Western Airlines became the first airline to accept the Diners Club card. في هذا العام الخطوط الغربية أصبحت أول خطوط تتقبل أو تقبل the Diner Club card هذه البطاقة. Now we will discuss paragraph number 1. When did the use of the first credit card? Or when did they use the first credit card? What is a credit card? How was the world without the use of cash? How would be an economic universe without the use of plastic card? What is a credit card used to? Number 1. When did they use the first credit card? In 1950s. What is a credit card? A small plastic card. How was the world without the use of cash? Inconceivable. Something you cannot imagine. Okay. How would be an economic universe without the use of a plastic card? كيف حيكون العالم الاقتصادي بدون استخدام هذه البطاقات؟ Impractical. غير عملي. What is the use of a credit card? To pay for goods and services. يستخدمونها للدفع للبضائع والخدمات. Okay. Now look at paragraph number 2. The beginning of the invention of a credit card. In 1949, who forgot his wallet while dining out in a restaurant? من نسب طاقته خلال العشاء في المطعم. A businessman called Frank McNamara. Did he solve it? Yes, he did. Okay. When did he return to the restaurant again? A year later. What did he pay the bill with? بإيش دفع? He paid with a small cardboard card known today as a Diner Club card. Cardboard اللي هو الورق المقوى يعني بطاقة كانت ورقها قوي قاسي تسمى Diner Club card. Paragraph 3. The spread of credit card. انتشار البطاقة. What was the name of the movie? The Man from the Diners Club. What did the Ideal Toy Corporation do? It created a board game. اخترعوا لعبة. called the Diner Club game to join the trend of Diner Club card عشان على نفس الموجة. Where did it expand? Canada, France, Cuba. In Canada, France and Cuba. Did the credit card expand outside the USA? Yes, it did. Are there other international credit cards created after the Diner Club cards? Yes, there are. What are they? American Express, Visa, and MasterCard. Okay, now look at paragraph 5. When was the first card member reward program created? In 1984. What did the first card member reward program mostly aim? إيش كان هدفهم؟ It aimed mostly at business traveler. كانت عشان تساعد الناس رجال الأعمال اللي يسافرون. Okay, now look at paragraph 6. Was there any complete change in 1949? Yes, there was. What was the change? إيش كان التغيير؟ The business world has completely changed after the forgotten wallet. They created a revolutionized for the way they pay for goods and services by using a credit card. باستخدامهم للبطاقات الائتمانية أصبح هذا التغيير. Okay, look at the timeline of the Diner Club card. In 1949, Frank couldn't pay for dinner because he forgot his wallet. In 1950, Frank returned to the same place and paid the money with the Diner Club card. In 1952, the Diner Club was accepted by thousands of businesses across the USA. In 1952, also the Diner credit card became the first international charge card. يعني يقدر يشحنها ثاني. After reading, give the meaning of some of these words. Number 1. Inconceivable. B. Impossible to imagine. شيء مستحيل تخيل. Impractical. A. Not convenient. غير كافي غير عملي. Limited. B. kept within the boundary. في داخل الحدود. شيء محدود. Number 4. Status simple. C. Sign of high social standing. اللي هو يكون رمز للمجتمع. Cash in. Number 5. A. To make money from. Franchise. C. A branch of a company. جزء من شركة. Revolutionize. A. Greatly change. تغيير بصورة كبيرة اللي هي الثورة. Okay. Now he wants you to give some words, and if you add in or im, will give you the meaning of not. For example, incorrect غير صحيح، لكن correct صحيح. عشان اديك المعنى بالعكس opposite أضفت لها incorrect غير صحيح. valid صالح. invalid غير صالح. inactive غير نشيط. active نشيط. بديك الأوبزيت بعد الكلمات. إذا تبي تعطي الأوبزيت أضيفي in. طيب I am impatient غير صبور. patient صبور. هذه لها قاعدة تقريبا. أي كلمة تبدأ بحرف ال P وال M إذا بغيت تسوينها opposite أضيفي لها im. immature غير ناضج. mature ناضج. impossible مستحيل. possible ممكن. Okay, look at C. Answer the question. have credit cards been available since 1950s? Why was Frank McNamara embarrassed? ليه كان محرج؟ He didn't have enough money to pay for a business dinner. ما كان عنده مال كافي للعشاء يدفع للعشاء. 3. What did McNamara think was a silly destruction? إيش الشيء اللي شافه حدود سخيفة أو تضييق سخيف. He thought people should be able to spend what they could over not only what they are carrying in cash. المفروض الناس يقدروا يدفعوا مو بس الكاش اللي في يدهم والشيء اللي يحتفظوا به اللي لهم. Number 4. What phrase was used to describe the use of credit card in contrast to the phrase paying cash? كلمة غير paying cash charge it. Number 5. What shows that the diner club card was becoming popular? كيف عرفوا انها انتشرت؟ Hollywood made a film about it, سووا فيلم, and a board game called Diner Club Card was created. وشركة الألعاب سوت بطاقة للعب. Number 6. What did the credit card represent to people who possesses it? 1. It became a status symbol. Number 7. How did the use of credit card expand? It started for the use in restaurant, بدأوا فيها في المطاعم, and then expanded to other businesses and other countries. وانتشرت في الأعمال الأخرى وإلى الدول الأخرى. Thank you for listening for me. With you, Inaas Alqurashi. Don't forget to subscribe in my channel with the share and like and activate the notification bell. Goodbye.